Hey guys, it's Drummond. I'm back for another video, and this one is all about what are you into? So I've been asked that so many times, and it's not what are you into, it's just into question mark. And I feel like a lot of times on dating apps, it's aiming towards what are you sexually into? And I am the type of person that I'm like, oh, my hobbies? Oh, I love to be outdoors. I love hiking, camping, kayaking, rock climbing. And I always kind of spin it away from the sexual aspect of the question just because I feel like when I'm on dating apps and stuff like that, it's more to find someone who is going to stick around for a little bit longer than a hookup. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that agree with me that that question is annoying as hell. But I kind of wanted to touch on the subject because I feel like I get asked that question a lot on dating apps, and I also get that question a lot on social medias like Facebook and Instagram, which I feel like is not the place to ask that question because I'm on those because I'm connecting with friends and connecting with other people. I'm not using those as a way to find someone to date. So yeah. But I feel like it's kind of important to talk about what you're into because it's how you find someone that's into the same things as you. So when I am talking to people and they ask me, what type of guy are you looking for? I try to be a little bit more mysterious because I don't like giving people the book of what I want them to become so that I will like them. I would much rather someone be themselves, and if I don't like them for being themselves, then we're not a match, and it's okay. They will find someone else out there that's more of a match for them, and I will find someone who's more of a match for me. Because I think too many times we just list off things on apps and different places, like even on YouTube. I've had people who've gone on dates with me who have watched my YouTube channel and they feel like they know who I am, so they morph themselves into who they think I want them to be so that I'll like them because they really like me for who I am and they just want me to like them for who they are, but they're not being themselves, and that's ridiculous. You have to be yourself or you're going to end up being miserable. I promise you, I've been in relationships where people who really liked me tried to be someone that they're not, and at the end of the day, they ended up becoming very unhappy, and then they lash out and take it out on me because I'm the type of person that I'm extremely honest and upfront with everybody about who I am. So when someone's around me and they're not doing that, I can sense that. And it's very important to me to have someone who is being themselves. Another thing that's really important to me is confidence. And if you're not being yourself, how can you be confident? Because you're not being yourself, and confidence comes from being yourself. So that's kind of something that I look for when I'm looking for someone on a dating app or when I'm looking for friends. So if you notice, the people that I hang out around, they may have some of their issues and they might not know who they are specifically in every aspect of their life, but most people are themselves when they're around me. I love people who are just goofy and confident and just love life. And that's what I'm looking for when I'm trying to find people to fill the spots around me in my life. Because I most definitely have learned that, one, it is important to have people in your life that have very similar interests as you. And two, it's so important to make sure that the spots that you fill in your life are filled with good people because you don't have a lot of spots. A lot of people believe that having tons of friends is important, but honestly, there are only a certain amount of spots really close to you that you want to fill with people that are very similar to you and are going to push you towards a better self. And I think it's important that people shouldn't lie about who they are because people are going to fill those spots with people, and they don't want to fill those spots with people who are pretending to be someone that they're not. But to hit on the note of the sexual side of things, I feel like when it comes to stuff like that, I feel like that's not something that should be focused on right away when you're talking to someone because, one, I understand that in the gay community, there's the tops, there's the bottoms, and then there's all the other things in between. And a lot of people feel like they're wasting their time with someone if they're both tops or if they're both bottoms or whatever. But I feel like a lot of people are also missing the fact that they're so focused on what position someone is that they're only looking for that, and they're not really looking for someone who is compatible in all the other ways. So for me, I don't focus on that. I actually prefer not to talk about that at all. That's something that kind of just comes up when the time comes. And a lot of people who have been very pushy with me, I end up just kind of pushing them out pretty quickly just because it's not their business yet. I'm honestly not going to do anything sexually with someone unless I feel like there's some type of connection when it comes to other things. Like, I love hiking, I love being outdoors. So if the person that I'm talking to does not like that, I really don't care if they are sexually the type of person that I would be with, because they're not going to fit into my life anywhere else. And I'm really not into the hookup scene. I'm 30 years old now, going on 31 this year, and honestly, I'm looking for a little bit more permanence when it comes to partners or friends. And honestly, I'm the type of person that if we don't click in all the other aspects of my life, if you don't click with my friends, then there's really no point in me trying to move forward with you. And I believe that my sexual life is my private life. It's not something that I just throw out there for the whole world to see. And when you just tell every single person about your sexual position or what you're into sexually, like all your kinks and all of that, I feel like you're kind of bringing your private life out and just throwing it out there for everyone to see. And honestly, my sexual life is not bait. It's not something that I use to get people to come into my life. I would rather people of quality come into my life, and we'll go from there. I've been talking to some of my female friends recently about the dating world because I feel like a lot of people in the gay community are like, oh, this gay issue that we're having, the gay dating scene is so horrible. And so I've been talking to some of my straight friends, and a lot of them are giving me the same answers that people in the gay community are giving, that it is hard to find someone that is worth dating. Most people are just looking for hookups or something quick and easy because they don't want to waste their time on getting to know someone. They just want to find that hit it and done type of thing. And I've been talking to them, and they're like, oh, there's so many guys that I've talked to where they seem so perfect in the beginning, and then like the paint just washes away and you see who they really are. And I'm like, but do you list off everything that you want in a guy for him to pretend to be until you realize he's not that person? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, are you telling them that you want a guy that does this, 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 and this, and then that's what the guys are doing? And they're like, oh my gosh, yes. So I feel like it's important to have people understand who you are and what you're looking for, but I also don't think that you want to just list everything off so that people can pretend to be that person for a while until it washes off and you see who they really are. I much prefer to keep stuff like that a little bit more secret, and then if they're not a match for me when they're whoever they want to be, then I'm just like, okay, you're not a match. And granted, there are going to be some people out there who are going to pretend to be Prince Charming no matter what, and they come off as amazing people in the beginning, and then it slowly washes away. But if you don't give them as much to go off of, the person that they're going to pretend to be will slowly come to light a lot faster than had you given them everything to wear to pretend to be the person that you're looking for. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Check out my other social medias. I do have a Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I will leave those links below. I love hearing from you guys, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.